So I am going to come down to the main points for this video, which are the Dream 101 rules. I'll just call them rules for references. So with the first one, rule 1, your subconscious only has one main purpose, and that is your own best interest. Its purpose is to heal, transform, expand, evolve, and grow. That's its main purpose. And that is why things will repeat themselves in dreams. Just like here, we have karmic circles and repetitive karmic circles, and we have them in the dream space, except for they're a lot more vivid there, and they haunt us until we pay attention and break the loop and, evolve out of it. And that's the purpose of our subconscious. And that's for us collectively and individually. So we can all grow. We can all evolve. We make decisions together on a much higher level and create change in the world. Okay, so that's rule 1. Okay, so rule 2. You can't lie in the astral. There is no lying or hiding in the astral. Everything is exposed there, and that is why we see the worst and the best, the good, the bad, the ugly, the fugly, whatever, So it's down to our own discernment to understand lessons, tests, symbols, feelings, whatever it is that we're seeing in the astral. But you can't lie. You can't lie to yourself. You can't lie to other people, because people show up in the astral with their true intention. That's why we'll have a nudge, or our instinct, like I said, our intuition will tell us to be wary of this decision, or or this is a good decision to make, or perhaps wait for something, or depending on the context and the feeling. So there is no lying in dreams. Even when we want things to be true or to not be true. It's like card readings, for example. You can keep picking one card after the other. It's not going to give you what you want to hear. It's going to tell you how it is. It's the truth. It's all the truth. And, I find that absolutely fascinating, because I've always been a truth seeker and a truth speaker. And it's got me into a lot of trouble sometimes, and in the astral, it's pure truth. So you get to see every aspect of yourself, and people show up in their truth as well. So that's why I'm saying we've got to take the mind out of the astral in order to understand that it's run on intuition and emotion. Number 3 is knowing, or gnosis. And that's just knowing that there's rules, and to respect people and yourself, of course, first, self-respect. And knowing that you're going to show up as whatever intention you have is going to show up for you. So, be careful with your intentions in the astral, because there is no disguising it. People might try, as an example, they might try to portray themselves as an actor or as something else, but the feeling, the intuition is what we have. It's our compass there, and it should be our compass here too. But being able to use discernment there, it's a muscle that you have to it takes time to work, but once you've got the hang of it, it's a gift for life. That's all I can say. And you'll get to know yourself and others on a level that you never expected, ever. Because, yet again, boundaries in the astral are there, but they're very different. They don't work the same way as they work here. I will continue on that again. Like I said, I have so much to explain, so bear with me. Okay, so rule number 4. Now, these are just little guidelines that, I'd like to share with you. Never ever try and penetrate someone else's astral. I know that sounds bad, and that didn't, yeah. don't try and enter someone else's astral space, because you're actually interfering with that person's energy, and you're not supposed to do that. So I would highly advise against it. I know people try it, or they'd say even the most professional lucid dreaming astral travelers have gone into a lucid dream or an intended dream, and they've gone to meet like a guru, for example, or somebody like a deity or somebody like that, and they've had these figures show up, and they said, no, sorry, you can't pass. You cannot trespass. In fact, I wouldn't be doing this kind of work if I had bad intentions. It's just not possible. I know there's opposites and opposition in every field, but I really believe the opposition in this field is, like I was saying earlier about the hacking side of things. And if somebody has to hack or go in the back door to get into somebody's mind, well, that only shows a weakness in that, thinking, that kind of mind, and the power that we all have, if that's the case, that people want to hack it. Okay, so just remember how powerful this stuff is, and that each one of us are, because in this field, it's very integral. It's really going to show you where you stand with yourself, and you'll be surprised what will come to you if you stop asking or asking too much. If you just allow it to happen. I mean, it's okay to ask questions or ask for guidance or whatever. But I was speaking to somebody, as an example, I was speaking to somebody about this, and I said, don't go fishing for information in the astral, because you won't get it. And the reason why I do receive information, which I do receive information I don't speak about, is because I don't ask, or also because I've gone to a level that is pretty advanced at this stage, and it doesn't matter anyway, it's just information. Okay, so this is not this is as far from the ego as you can get. So that's why I'm hammering down on this number 4 rule. Even if we try, or you try, I say if anybody tries to step over lines in the astral, there's consequences for that. Don't do it. Okay, so rule number 5 I have here, it's about privacy. So sorry to break it to you. Sorry to break it to you, but it's an illusion when it comes to both worlds, if you ask me. I mean, in this world, we have Big Brother, we've got cameras watching us, our phones, recording devices everywhere. And I've said for years that privacy is a myth. And, it makes much more sense to me now that I see how the astral works, and why we have very little amount of it, really. And why we feel the need, why do we feel the need to be so private and protected? Everywhere you look, it's being dismantled. It's trying to show us something, whether we like it or not, because the bottom line here is everything is connected. It's a system that's wired together. Everyone's connected. The internet, connected. The astral, connected. Everything's connected. And the one, thing I say to people who freak out about this or don't like when I say this is that you should find relief in this, because if this is the case for everyone, then what, you should be, I certainly find relief in it anyway, because I don't really have anything to hide anyway. So, but I really don't believe that there's much privacy left, or there'll be much need for it left. I mean, for the most part of things, I'm not trying to get this can be very terrifying for some people. For others, it's not, it just depends on where you're at. Obviously, there's things like people spying on you against your will, and karma takes care of that stuff, you know. There are laws in place. Like I said, there's rules in place everywhere, energetic rules. So I don't worry too much about those things. And obviously, I'm not trying to say, oh my God, everybody just, you know, do whatever you want and don't care about your privacy. I'm saying on a higher level of awareness, it doesn't exist. There's no need for it. Anyway, that's rule number 5.